Welcome to Night Racing League as we mark the halfway point of the season with race number 7 of the GTE Championship. We had an interesting qualifying. It is raining here at the Nürburgring. And here are the qualifying results as it changed right at the last minute. Bozak in the Ford number 66 qualified in the wet with a 2 minutes 1 second .988. Beside him should have been Villers Gaming with a 2:02.316. However, he had a grid penalty for speeding in the pits, so the Corvette number 30 of Nodovan will start alongside in row number 1, qualified at 2:05.241. There is Villers back with us today in the Ford GT number 15. He'll start third beside Stillen 421 in Ford number 33 with a 2:05.522. 6 drivers today in row 3. We'll have Night Racing 727 with a spectacular freeze frame. Look at those flames coming out of there. Night Racing qualified at a 2:05.841, and alongside him is Jag Base 44 at 2:06.726. So in challenging conditions, a very good qualifying with only 4 seconds. 5 seconds, sorry, just under 5 separating the field. As we check out the points standings, the big news this week, of course, the expanding Night Racing League into a PC series as well. And Senna 211, one of the top drivers in the Formula Renault, is third currently, having only raced 4 times. He is out of this series, leaving the points championship wide open for the rest. Bozak is your points leader at 109, and the only driver to have raced in all 6 races, so the drops will be coming into play. Night Racing second, 83 points, and 80 for Senna, who will not be competing anymore. Nodovan is 4th, Stillen. T-Man not here as well. So we're going to have some drivers moving up. Let's get to the racing, though, as we're going to do 45 minutes at the Nürburgring. And clean off the line, not a great start for Nodovan. And Stillen, 421, is going to take the lead into turn 1. Bozak pulls in second. It is Villers Gaming in third. Stillen wide on turn number 2. But a Ford 1, 2, 3 as we come through the twisty bits at the start of the lap. Then Nodovan in the Corvette, the second Corvette of Night Racing, and Jag Base in the Aston in 6th. It has really been Bozak and Nodovan putting the times up in testing all week. Last minute entry by Villers Gaming. He showed up yesterday at practice. It's spectacular to have him back in the grid here. And a great first lap. The first 4 drivers all together, then a bit of a drop off back to Night Racing in the second Corvette. The move at the front as as Bozak has a look. I'll get my Ford sorted out as we do the commentary here. Nodovan and even Night Racing close enough there if anything happens. Up the back straight, and we'll head to the chicane for the first time. Having a look, Bozak on the inside, Stillen goes wide. And around Nodovan in the background is going to Yes, he'll drop all the way to the back of the field. He's on the front straight. It is Bozak taking the lead to complete lap number 1. Stillen drops into second. Villers right there with him and may look into turn 1. A flash of the lights by the leader. And Villers does get a good run down there. A little touch between the two Fords. Knight very close in 4th now. And around. Bozak around? Sorry, that's Stillen, my bad. That'll promote Knight Racing into 3rd. Jagbase now with Nodovan all over him. The order changing up a little wide there as we head down to the hairpin and on! Jagbase collected the curb and then Nodovan as they were side by side. Can't tell the extent of the damage, but we'll check the lap times here as they come around. This will be the first. You can see a crinkle in that bonnet there. As we check up back out front, it is Bozak leading by a second over Villers Gaming as the field tries to sort itself out. Here is Villers in the second Ford. Knight Racing keeping himself clean for 2 laps and is now 3rd in what is now the first Corvette. But here comes Stillen. Just a lazy spin on lap 2 has dropped him back into the pack. There he is. Nodovan now with some damage, I'm sure, in the Corvette in 5th. And Jagbase, we'll see if he has to make it into the pits. That was a big hit, and you can see the bonnet is curled there as well on the Aston. Looks like he'll go around, as will Nodovan. So first representative laps here. Bozak, a 2:06 on lap 2. And he's pulled a gap on Villers already, a 2:08.5, as Villers had to get that pass done on Stillen. But boy, it really drops off next to Knight Racing, who hasn't quite been able to get up to the pace in practice here. A 2:11.3. He was also dealing with action in front. Maybe the next laps will be a little more tight across the field. A 2:13 for Nodovan, of course involved in that incident, so that doesn't count. And race control already saying no further action on that. That was a racing incident. Car on the curb, wet track, side by side. Nothing anybody could do there. As we're settled in now, lap 3. Tires are up to temperature and pressure probably. Although difficult to keep temperature. It's 24-degree track temperature today. Very smooth. The Fords have looked very good on this circuit. Ooh, and already just a little bit of an aquaplane on the inside of that fast right-hander. They will have to watch that as the rains fall. Bozak to complete lap number 3, and we'll see now what the lap times are as everybody has more or less had a clean lap here. Knight and Stillen right together now. It's a 2:07.5 and a 2:06.7 for Villers as he starts to reel in the lead. Here come these two for 3rd and 4th, doing 2:10s. A 2:09.1, so Stillen really pulled that gap back in. Knight holds it out wide. Ooh, a little lockup, and that'll give Stillen the inside. So Ford 1, 2, 3 again here at the Nürburgring. 2:10s, 2:12. Pretty, things have sorted. Not even the quickest of those, and you can see him starting to pull in on the back end of Knight as well. Unfortunate for Knight, for Knott, just kind of a poor start. He got himself back into that pack after being promoted to the front row, and now he's having to come back through the field. Although the damage does not seem to be severe. He did a 2:10.0 on that lap, which is quicker than the Corvette in front of him. So, oh, is he off again? A little push there. So that's going to drop him back. We'll watch that gap as it's 2 seconds right now. Back up front, Bozak to complete lap 4, and it's still a 1.5 second gap to Villers Gaming. These two stating they're going to be the class of the field today here. Stillen immediately into the 208s in behind now that he's cleared the Corvette of Knight Racing. Knight just unable to put in that kind of pace here on full tanks. The pit strategies will be interesting. It's going to rain all day, kind of off and on, but it's going to be a wet track. No pit stop requirements in this series, so it will be interesting to see what these drivers do. We'll watch the time. We're now 10 minutes into this 45-minute race. What a difference in engine sound as you hear the Corvettes heading into the hairpin back behind this high whining Ford. And then the throaty V8 of this Corvette. As Knight is actually holding on to the back end of Stillen here. Give the boy a target. It's getting himself pulled along here, or it just took a little while longer for that Corvette to feel comfortable underneath. Maybe the tires weren't quite there yet, or maybe the driver just being extra careful, but he's certainly not letting Stillen get away in third place here. It'll be interesting to see these lap times as the leaders are down into the 205s as the rain is lightening up. At a 206.8, so Knight is actually quicker than Stillen on that lap. So maybe as the track starts to dry a little bit, the Corvette is coming into its own a little better than the Ford is. We will watch those lap times. Jag Base is now into 5th place. So Nodovan well back. I think we've missed a pit stop here. If we can get confirmation on that. Not sure where that gap came from. But maybe Nodovan can get in here. He's wide again on the chicane there. As we check back up front on lap 6, Bozak really now putting it in. They'll try to get as much speed as they can as this track dries. Pushing that a little far. we do have chats here. So Donovan has pit. You guys are chatting where I wasn't looking. Finally now just starting to pull away a little bit as Knight is into third. Still in clipping the water on the inside of that fast right-hander. We saw Bozak do that earlier. And we're just going to rewind here for you. We don't have our video facilities with us this race, so we'll do an unsexy rewind for you and watch Stillen as he comes up the hill here. The track is drying, and yeah, just catches the water that's still on the inside, and oh boy, that was close. Surprisingly, gets it spun around before he even stops, so loses the minimum, you gotta think there. And right back on the tail of the Canadian. Boy, that would have been a big crash had they come together at that speed. I didn't even hear Knight lift at all. He picked the left side and went for it. A 2:06.4, so the track is really coming good here. Still a second off the leaders, but Stillen's lap won't count. He had the spin, of course, so that's not anything representative. Jag Base now looking very good after an early mistake, and has a huge gap on Donovan. So we could turn this into a 5th place. Back up front, lap 7. You can see lots of dry track. There's not even any spray down in the hairpin anymore. This uphill section always wet. But they should be getting close to flat through the S's there. And we'll do a little onboard here from Villers Gaming. Yeah, giving that water a wide berth on that corner. Oh, I don't like that at all. Hop on the old roof cam. It'd be interesting to see what the pit strategy will be for these two. 15 minutes in. It'll be a little while yet until we find that out. Bozak, if I recall, is notorious for pushing the first stint and then doing a shorter second. Pulled 8/10 on the last lap off of Villers, so we are supposed to get more rain, but these tires will be searching to keep them cool. That'll do it out on the curbs. No problem up here. Lots of water here. These tires will wear down fairly quickly if the track dries, but it should be raining again soon. Not expecting any dry track in this race. Checking back in with the first of the Corvettes, Knight Racing. sure his life passed before his eyes on the back straight there, but he's been incident-free so far. In a car that seems very reluctant to change directions when he turns the wheel. Here is Stillen in fourth. He's now dropped 8 seconds back. And 15 more. But I heard something and I was right. Stillen's around in the chicane. Cut away just at the wrong time, but that's going to add some time. 13-second gap now. As Jag was who we were going to look at next, running a solid fifth. And that's going to tighten that up. Only 14 seconds now. Behind Stillen, who's got to keep that thing pointed in the right direction. And this is the 6th place runner, Nodovan. And more problems in the chicane there. The Corvette seems very, very squirrely, I think is the word, as he pushes through that final corner. No such issues for the Fords. Bozak and Villers through very cleanly there. This is race 7 of the Night Racing League GTE series. It marks the official halfway point of season 2. 14 races in both the FR35s and GTEs, and the top 10 positions count. This is your point leader right now, Bozak. This is his 7th race, so he's going to have to start figuring out, well, he's going to have to start dropping races after the next 3. And just looking back here in the points, I'll get them up. He's got a 6th place at Le Mans that he can drop, so lots of room for improvement there. His only other worst finish is a podium, 3rd place. That gives you an idea of the type of season Bozak's been having. Looking very strong to put a claim in on the points championship here. But we will see, as this is Knight's 6th race. Nodovan's 5th, Stillen's 4th, so there's lots of room for improvement from the drivers chasing him as Bozak's around. Out of the S's, he's going to hit the back end too. Villers Gaming will take the lead here on lap 10, 20 minutes. And that car, is it tracking? A huge development here as the Ford goes around through the chicane. He's going to have to pit. Villers Gaming takes the lead. It's not a huge lead, but what is the state of this Ford? The rear wing, you can see the damage on it. And he's going to come in and get this fixed. So this is your turning point of the race, right here. Villers Gaming down the front straight. It's not, if you're going to split this race, it's not really time yet. Although not much choice for Bozak. He's made pit lane. Night Racing now just coming through, so he's going to take 2nd. as Bozak stopped. Where is Stillen? Possibly about to be gifted a podium position here. Bozak is moving. We'll see where he comes out. You see still damage on that wing. He's going to get out in front of Stillen. The car fixed. He's got fresh boots, I'm sure. And we'll see how he can cope here as the rain is starting to fall again. We're just at the halfway mark of this. So if nothing else, those fresh tires will help. Here is your new race leader, Villers Gaming, in Ford GT number 15. He has a 26-second lap over the Corvette of Night Racing 727. Battle on the circuit here, though, is for third place now. And we'll find out if Stillen is going to pit. Or if he is now going to just try and chase down this wounded car and see if he can pull a podium out of it. Villers is going around to complete lap number 11. 2:08.7, so the rain's definitely affecting the lap times here. He does seem to be pulling away from Stillen. Boy, a long pan to catch up to him, but there he is. So this lap time will include a pit stop. Yeah, so 2:46. We'll have to find out his lap time next time around. And compare that to Villers. Just see how this incident... It doesn't look like it's affected the car. He's got fresh tires now. So... he's able to feather that throttle pretty well through there. So everything looks good. That wing is a little worse for wear, but I don't think the performance of the car is suffering. This is the car we need to watch now as Villers pushes off here. It's just at the top of the hill coming onto the back straightaway. So we've now had 2 pit stops in this race. Nodovan pit for damage, did not take tires. That was very early in the race. And we now had the race leader with an incident. He's come in and fixed. And in is coming Villers Gaming. He's going to take the opportunity to put tires on this car, and 33 seconds should be able to get out. It'll be close. But I don't think that push-off there cost him as much time on track as the spin for Bozak, so he should theoretically be coming out here in front. Night Racing is into the chicane. And a little Corvette that could. There's Bozak in the background. We're going to get his true lap time here. Knight will stay out, and he's going to take the lead here on lap 13. And Bozak, he's 9 seconds faster in fresh tires, in the wet. The Corvette still on the tires he started with. 9 seconds. So enjoy your lead. It is not going to be long-lived. Villers is out, by the way, and has rejoined. He is only 10 seconds behind our race leader. So that pit stop does not get him anywhere close to Stillen. Close to Bozak. That's a staggering lap of 2:06. As we now have a battle for the lead. Oh boy, the back end just screaming there on the Corvette. And it's not going to be much of a battle, you don't get the impression. With a 9-second delta on the last time around. Bozak just giving him lots of room. He's got lots of opportunity here to set it up safely, and does. And I don't think Knight is going to put up much of a defense here. He knows he's on a different strategy, and trying to do anything silly there is just going to hurt his race more than help it. Jag base 44. After a lap 2, Problem has kept it on and is running 4th now. As Dylan has pitted and is now behind Nodovan. Ooh. That uphill corner just before the back straight really catching a lot of people. And we should see Nodovan. Yep, there he is, coming in. He's been trying to get himself back up the field all race, and this is finally caught back up to Jag Base, who he had contact with back on lap 2 when Jag clipped that curb. Get an idea of the pace these guys are doing. So a big delta there, an 11.2 for Nodovan and an 18.5 for Jag, although you saw Jag go off on that corner. Not truly representative of that lap time. Oh, look at that huge puddle there. These guys tiptoe around here in the wet. We're watching the gap as Villers continues to reach Knight Racing. That is the battle for second. 3 seconds now, the gap there. This is the closest battle on the race as around goes Nodovan again. The Corvettes, I tell you, once they start rotating, it's so difficult to get the back end under them. And that's going to make a little more work if he wants that 4th place finish. Back up to second, this is Knight Racing and Villers Gaming. Please grip as he tiptoes through that corner. You're again looking at old tires versus new tires. Knight Racing, now the only car not to pit. I think Jag has not pitted either. As in comes Villers on the inside of turn 1. Look at the 4-wheel drift, but holds on to it. So there is your back into second place for Villers Gaming. 9 seconds the gap. And Knight back where he was before the pit stops in third. He's got a good gap now. Almost 30 seconds back to Jag Base. So, this no pit stop strategy, we're less than 15 minutes to go here. As the rain is starting to lighten up again. So this could be a podium for Knight Racing if he can keep these old tires underneath him. quick shot of Nodovan as we pan over to Jag Base, 4th place. This is now the battle again on the circuit. This would be a good finish for Jag if he could hold on to this. I'm just going back through the season here. Yeah, a 7th and a 6th so far, so this would be a good call of points for Jag Base here. He's on pace, even if Nodovan can get by him. On pace here for his best finish in GTE. Stillen is closing these guys in as well. You can see those gaps. He's only about 8 seconds behind this battle. Is the Corvette coming up? It says Jag was 3 seconds quicker on the last lap, so that was when Nodovan had his little spin. Takes a look here up to the chicane. He'll wait for the next corner to do that. Good stuff there. Holding him off. Good stuff. As we're now down to a 6-second gap to Stillen, who's going to come and join this soon. Big lockup through this very tight, twisty bit. Challenging track limits for Nodovan there, but we're all clean and we head down to the hairpin. First through the chicane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Nodovan now really on the bumper. Just a quick check of the gaps, and there he goes. A good drive out of that corner, and he'll have the inside for the hairpin. Nodovan up to 4th place. Corvette's 3rd and 4th. Jag Base will go down to 5th, and we'll see if if Stillen can catch him. Up front, Bozak is into lap 17 with a slightly used Ford GT, but he's putting in 2:04s. You see the rain has stopped again. The lap time's coming down. 10 minutes to go here in Germany. And he's pulled this gap up to an 11-second lead, so a great run here for the American. Villers with 12 seconds on night racing now, so you can see the lap times. They're spreading out for the podium runners. We should get some quick laps at the end of the race, especially with these guys on fresh tires. As the track again starts to dry out a little bit. The rains have let up. Here's the Corvette in 3rd of night racing, and we've got a battle here. Stillen is now caught right up to Jag Base. This is the battle for 5th place. Probably some of the trickiest conditions we've had all season at night racing. This is a very tricky track in changing weather. And a great job as all the starters still running. Really only had the one incident. We've had a few little spins, but only really one incident. So great job by everybody. Still in now. Up the hill into the S's. And he'll make the move into that tricky left-hander. Makes it stick, and Stillen 421 will move into 5th place here with, well, just about 8 minutes to go, really, when they come around. And he'll put his sights now on Nodovan. You can see it's a pretty close battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Knight a 2:08.8 in front, a 2:07 dead for Nodovan. Here comes Stillen with a 2:06 dead, so he is pulling him in. And behind that, it's a 2:11 for Jag. The leaders have tightened up their lap times, but it's a 12-second gap now. Bozak really has this under control. This is the race on the circuit. As Stillen 421 attempts to pull in Nodovan. You can see visibly now how dry the track is getting. Give those puddles a wide berth. Stillen has already paid that tax once this race. Doesn't want to do it again. Just around 2 seconds, the gap. As we jump to our race leader. If you hadn't heard the big news, we pull this in with 5 minutes to go now. Night Racing League, this is Season 2. We're halfway through. It runs until March. The big news, of course, Night Racing having Xbox and PC series starting soon. So check out the Night Racing forum on the Project Cars 2 forum for all the info. It's going to be updated very shortly. Bozak comes around to complete lap number 19. A 2:03.3 as we're now up into qualifying times as the track dries out. Villers Gaming comes around in the second Ford GT. A 2:04.1, maybe resigned to a second as he tries to keep those tires cool. It is still Night Racing holding on to this third place. He's got himself an 18-second lead now over Nodovan in the next Corvette. That car is clean. It hasn't been fast, but he's kept it on the island and is looking good for a podium here. Nodovan in 4th place, still being reeled in by Stillen 421. Who is going to finish 4th here at the Nürburgring? Still in the little flash saying, I'm coming. It's a 2:05.3 for Nodovan and a 4.6 for Stillen. So he definitely has something for him. Can he get to the bumper? Lots of push in that Corvette. Bozak starts lap number 21, and this is the final lap of the race. After having a major off down the back straightaway, Bozak has managed to come in, get tires. I'm not sure how much damage he would have fixed in that pit stop, or even how much damage. You see a little bent wing, but it wasn't that hard of a hit. So he's managed to keep this thing going. You can see Villers really pulling in some time on the last lap. But I think that's just Bozak managing this as he's coming around to grab. Well, this will be his 3rd win in the GTE series. He started in the BMW, remember, switched to the Ford mid-season. But no matter what machinery he's in, he is the car to beat in this series. This will be his 6th podium in 7 races, 3 victories, 2 seconds, as he gives us a little flash. As we look back now at this battle again, Nodovan still up there. As here comes Bozak out of the final turn, and he will win in Germany. A great run for Bozak. Nodovan still holding on. It's less than a second. As Villers Gaming, back in the GTE series, comes home in 2nd place. And a little bit of the tortoise and the hare here for the Canadian Night Racing 727 is going to get all the way around on one set of tires in a car that was not the fastest on circuit, but he just kept it out there and kept it clean and is going to collect the final podium spot in the Corvette number 6. Night Racing 727. So let's get back to this. Nodovan able to hold off the charge of Stillen 421, and he'll bring the 2nd Corvette after an eventful day home in 4th place. Stillen 421 5th, and Jagbase 44 6th. Your winner again in race 7 is Bozak. Congratulations, and thanks for watching the Night Racing League.